Welcome to this day of celebration. It's great to have you all here to witness the union of Morgan and Phoebe as wife and spouse. Together, we will share in the joys of their wedding, both with the outward celebration of this occasion and with an internal appreciation for the love that surrounds us. Morgan and Phoebe, you two have built a beautiful life together. You're blessed to share this experience with the loved ones gathered here to support you as you embark on this journey together. May we all remember and cherish this ceremony, for on this day, with love, we will forever bind Morgan and Phoebe together. Marriage is more than a simple exchanging of rings or combining of material assets. Rather, it's an indescribably powerful shared commitment. You two have already been legally bound together, but today we're here to publicly celebrate your union. As you hold on to one another, you will find deeper levels of joy, happiness, and peace together. Your marriage is the foundation upon which you will build the rest of your lives, and despite any adversity, will always be there to sustain you. Morgan and Phoebe, take a moment and feel the tremendous amount of love radiating throughout this space. The joy you will find as you pursue your shared lives will fuel you to face head-on the challenges you'll encounter on this earth. Morgan and Phoebe, I would invite you both to publicly speak your commitment to your partner. Morgan, would you like to begin?
Am I first?
No, I'm first.
Just kidding.
Phoebe, would you like to begin? Someone didn't update my notes.
That was on us. That's 100% on me. It's because Morgan's vows are like 10 years long. Because she is a poet and my beautiful wife, and I am in love with her. And
Are these your vows?
Yes, just an empty-headed
Microphone?
young man trying my best. Okay, all right, jeepers. Okay. When I was a kid, I had a hard time picturing my future husband. For a long time, I said that I wouldn't get married until later in life, certainly not before I was 30. I just couldn't imagine what my life would look like as someone's wife. When we met, I wasn't sure who I was. I wasn't comfortable in my skin or confident in what I wanted, and I certainly didn't think I'd be in a long-term committed relationship, let alone one from 3,000 miles away. I remember when we talked about what we wanted in life, and I couldn't picture our futures lining up. We were from such different places with such vastly different upbringings, so it seemed impossible that we could want the same things. That's so funny to me now because you're the best teammate I could have ever asked for. I feel like we went from baby gays to secure queer adults together, and I wouldn't know how much love I deserve if it wasn't for you. I love being your partner. I love our life together. I love watching scary movies and snuggling almost every morning and talking with you about every thought that comes into my mind. I love your heart and your warmth and the way you absolutely radiate light wherever you go. When I was a kid, I wasn't able to picture what I wanted, and that was because it wasn't something that I saw. Together, we get to make it all up as we go along, and I'm so grateful you're the person that I get to figure it out with. We get to be the representation that we deserve to see as growing people, and we get to create a family together and put incredible people into the world. You're my favorite person, and I promise to be the absolute best husband that I am able to be. I promise to make you little coffees and give you 100 kisses when you ask and to buy you grocery store presents. I promise to choose you every day and communicate and listen if it gets hard for either of us to choose each other. I promise to trust you when you tell me something and to always be honest about how I am feeling and what I need. I promise to bother you about doctor's appointments and check to see if you've eaten and to bully you into taking aspirin when you need it. I promise to take care of myself first so that when you need me, I am able to take care of you. I'm so in love with you, so much more than I ever thought it was possible to love someone, and I'm so proud to have you as my life partner. I'm excited to hold your spotlight and be your biggest fan for the rest of our lives. Thanks.
Good job.
Thanks.
Morgan, it's your turn.
Oh, thanks. Sorry.
That's okay.
Please.
Do you want me to unfold it?
No, I'm a good folder.
Oh, good. Oh,
Got it.
okay.
Phoebe Jo May. When I was a little girl, I thought about this day a lot. This is kind of sounding familiar, sorry.
I love this.
I worried about how many people would come and how many gifts I would get and what I wanted my dress to look like. And then when I got a little older, I wondered a bit more about the people that I would share this day with. I thought about who I would ask to be my bridesmaids, who I wanted to attend, and which celebrity I would invite just in case they could come, which unfortunately, I'm sorry to announce, Elton John could not make it today. So, and when I started going through this world on my own and became an adult, I really tried to focus on the type of person that I thought I might marry. I made a list of all the things that I really wanted to do with my life and the kind of person I wanted to do those things with. And the more people that I dated, the more certain I was that that person did not exist. And then, as I got even older and began to hear my married friends roll their eyes and talk about their spouses, or hear anyone on the internet joke about how their life ended the day that they settled down, the more certain I was that love, real, once in a lifetime, directed by Nora Ephron love, was not real. I spent a year or so really, really worried about that, and then I shrugged, decided that it was fine. I was never going to have a wedding dress or bridesmaids, and I would instead find all the happiness in the world on my own. I knew that I would rather be happy and problem solving on my own than spend time with people who would have conditions for their love for me. And that was when I stopped thinking about this day. I was sure that love wasn't real, and there was no one in the world who would be worth all the complaints I could hear from what felt like everyone in the world. And then, in what some might call the most romantic section of a massive Disney store, is where I first saw you. I'm not planning on telling our entire love story here now because, well, you were there, and so you know all the major plot points. But instead, I want to take you on a small journey of a few things that I've learned from you in the 4 years that we've been together. When we first went out together on purpose, I explained how I had always known that I was gay, but I wasn't really sure of the language to explain it to anyone. You listened intently, asked questions, never tired of hearing me explain these weird Southern traditions or my religious upbringing. You sat wide-eyed, and we talked well past curfew about about how we might as well have been raised in two completely different planets. On that night, you taught me that things could be different, that there were people out there who truly listened to someone instead of just waiting for their turn to speak. And on that night, I thought that I loved you, but I had no idea. On my first visit to Oregon, where I got to fully experience the May family, we woke up the first morning, and I said, "What are the chances that your mom is making us pancakes right now?" And you said, 0%, but I am pretty sure that our dad is making us breakfast. And then we spent most of the first trip snuggling and flirting and just getting to know each other a little more, but I spent so much of it feeling more love from essentially strangers than I had felt in a long time. I wrote your dad a note of appreciation and spent every night thinking about how thankful I was to be in a house so filled with love that it lingered on anyone who walked in the door. I would say that that trip was the hardest time to say goodbye for another 2 months of long distance because I didn't want to ever leave, and because I just knew that I was totally in love with you and that I wanted to be a part of your family. But again, I had no idea. As we kept going back and forth, continuing on the path of the worst financial decision we ever made by being a long-distance couple who went on vacation every 2 months to see each other. You taught me lessons in communication, patience, empathy, and being my silly self. Your family became my family, and your friends and my friends became our friends. And then a moment came that I had thought about a million times, and yet never expected to actually happen. You planned an incredibly sweet and thoughtful proposal with a ring that you bought a year after we had started dating, and the tears of joy that poured down my face could have filled the Seven Seas Lagoon. Because I had never been so happy. I had no idea that so much bliss could exist in my body, and this is just one bullet point of the outline of the biggest lesson I've ever gotten from you. And that is the lesson of what it is like to love and what it's like to be loved. Phoebe, every day you surpass the bar that you established the day before of your overflowing capacity of love. You continue every moment, day after day to show me grace, understanding, affection, comfort, and guidance. To say I am fully obsessed with you and the life that we've created would be an understatement. You show me time and time again that it's okay to ask for help and that it's okay to be proud of who I am. I always thought that people were exaggerating when they said that true love absolutely consumes you, but they were completely right. Since we met, not a single moment has passed between us that wasn't made better by your presence, and at the end of my worst days, there is no place I would rather be than in our home together. You are my partner, my best friend, the love of my life, the future parent of my children, and every day that I get to wake up and take on this absolutely absurd world with you is the greatest day of my life. I promise I'm almost done.
Baby.
I vow to always listen to you, support you, and uplift you. Correct you when you're wrong and take the note when I'm the one who's wrong. Snuggle with you every night, love you loudly and proudly. I promise to continue to grow with you as we grow our family and to fight with you to have a better future for that family. I swear to you that I will spend every day on this earth working to surround you with love, understanding, humor, humility, and grace that you've done for me. And I promise to always rewatch terrible early 2000s media with you as we eat Taco Bell on the couch. We've already been married for almost a year now. We've made it through long distance, friends' divorces, moving jobs, a global pandemic, moving cities, sickness and health, a reality star president, awful living situations, and so much more in between. I've always heard that the first year of marriage is the hardest, but I can honestly say I've never had a hard day with you by my side. I love you so much. You've taught me that love is real, and it is so much better than anything I could have imagined. It is mushy and sweet and spicy sometimes, and you are just the most perfect, incredible, hilarious, handsome husband in the whole world. Much better than anything Nora Ephron could have come up with. To finish off, I would like to quote an incredibly brilliant mind and what he says about falling in love. Falling in love is a completely transcendent experience. It's like eating pizza-flavored ice cream. Your brain can't even process the level of joy. Love makes people do crazy things, like kill each other or shop at Crate & Barrel. I think it's on some level it makes us all delusional. Deep down, our whole lives, no matter how low our self-esteem gets, we think, I have a secret special skill. And no one knows about it. And if they knew, they would be amazed. And then eventually we meet someone who says, you have a secret special skill. And you go, I know. So do you. And then you're like, I know. And then they say, we should eat pizza-flavored ice cream together. And that's what love is. It's this giant mound of pizza-flavored ice cream and delusion. Phoebe Jo, I am so excited for this next adventure on our giant mound of pizza-flavored ice cream. That's for you.
A theater major, ladies and gentlemen. That was beautiful.
All right. Phoebe and Morgan, would you please join hands? Morgan, do you take Phoebe to live together in the union of marriage, to take them as your best friend and partner in life, to honor, cherish, and love them from this day forward for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, for all of your days?
I do.
Phoebe, do you take Morgan to live together in the union of marriage, to take her as your best friend and partner in life, to honor, cherish, and love her from this day forward for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, for all of your days?
Dude. I got it. You got it? Okay, all right.
Family and friends, by the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church and the state of Oregon, I'm pleased to pronounce Morgan and Phoebe as wife and spouse. You may kiss the bride.
Perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests, for the first time, Mix and Mrs. May. And then, as you folks exit, please pick up your chair and take it to the venue with you.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah.